greet you in Jesus' precious name. I want to speak to you about the power of God. If you want power in your life, I'm talking about real power. It's very simple. It's found in Romans chapter 1 and verse 16. Romans chapter 1 and verse 16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God to salvation for everyone who believes, for the Jew first and also for the Greek. That's where it is. I have found the more I speak about Jesus, the more power I seem to have. The more I share my testimony with unbelievers, the more joyous I feel I am. Just the other day, we were coming back from a Mighty Men conference, and we pulled into a garage to fill up with fuel, and I had some of those little tracts, gospel tracts, starting the journey with me. And I got out and I gave the petrol pump attendant, I said, do you love Jesus? He said, yes, I do. I said, there's a book for you. And my spirit lifted. Then somebody else came out from the restaurant. Can I have one of those books as well? And then another car drove in and a guy jumped out and he said, can I have one of those books? And in no time at all, we were all talking about Jesus. And the love of Christ permeated in that garage. It was amazing. We went into the restaurant and people were talking about Jesus. The power is in the proclamation. See, when you tell people about Jesus, the power of God, it really does, folks. And it's not just me. Many men have told me the same thing. I know men who've had cancer, who have been just about almost on their deathbed, and when they get into the pulpit and they start preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ to the congregation, it's like they get renewed energy. And it's the Holy Spirit, that's right. And when they leave the pulpit, their life just seems to drain out of them. So when you witness for the Lord, that's where the power is. It's in the witness. When you tell people about what Jesus means to you, then the power of God comes upon you. Romans chapter 10 and verse 9 says, if you confess with your mouth Jesus Christ, and you believe in your heart that he's been raised from the dead, you shall be saved. Saved from what, Angus? Saved from eternal damnation. Saved from fear and depression. Saved from hatred and unforgiveness. Saved. Saved from yourself. My biggest enemy is Angus Buchan. Your biggest enemy is Mary Jones. That's right. And when Angus Buchan dies and Jesus Christ is resurrected in Angus Buchan, there is power, dynamite. It's as simple as that. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Colossians chapter 1 verse 27. The more of Christ in you, the more power you have. James Hudson Taylor was speaking to a young Chinese man in mainland China many, many years ago. He'd led him to Christ and he came back 6 months later and he said, how's it going? He says, it's like I've got two dogs inside me. The one is evil and the other one is good. Hudson Taylor said, well, which one is winning? He says, the one that I feed the most. Which one are you feeding the most? The more you tell people about Jesus Christ, the stronger you become. Revelation chapter 3 verse 16, Jesus says, I would rather you be cold than lukewarm. But if you're lukewarm, I'll spew you out of my mouth. And folks, we need to understand that now. We are coming to the time in our lives when some of us might have to pay the full price for our faith. That's right. Where people will say, don't speak about Jesus anymore, otherwise we'll kill you. Well, you're going to have to be killed because you cannot deny him. Because he will never deny you. If you speak up for him, he'll give you the strength to live and he'll give you the power to die. So folks, it's a win-win situation for the followers of Christ. Until next time, goodbye.
We trust that you have been blessed by today's message. For more information, please visit angusbuchan.com.